Welcome to the DevReady podcast. Joining me on the DevReady podcast today, I have Marij. I don't actually know much about him. I haven't met him besides the couple of minutes we had just before giving him the heads up on what we're talking about today. So for those of you new here, that's how I generally run these episodes. So Marij, welcome aboard, and I'll let you introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I'm actually excited to talk about what you have to offer as well. But simply put, from my end, we run a LinkedIn outreach agency. So we help B2B service-based businesses who are looking to sell a retainer client of at least $30,000 within a year. So it could be like a $3,000 month thing to over $100,000 per month, and we book 5 to 10 meetings per week for them. On an average, we get the first meeting booked within 3 days. In the last 10 months, we've helped three businesses grow from under 20K per month to over 100K per month. And right now, I think we're on track to help five more like that. So I want to be known as the person who can help other businesses grow to 100K per month within 10 months. Like that's the thing we want to be known for. So we're really excited. I think we've built a system that we can easily I can just break down right now with you,
Yep.
and I think it would help a lot of people.
Okay. So before we dive into that, what's a bit of your background and how did you fall into this space? Or have you been in the sales space the whole time? Because that's always an
So
interesting story.
no, I like that question. So simply put, I started off in sales almost like 9 years ago. Face-to-face salesperson, was horrible at it, but then grew really quickly once I committed. So I went from being a salesperson, team leader, manager to starting my own sales company. We grew our team from 0 to 40 people within like 6 months, and our highest revenue month was 620K, and we were doing really well. And because of that, I said, okay, I'm good at building teams. I'm good at building systems. Let me become a consultant as well. So went into that game. Then COVID hit. We lost 85% of our business literally
Oh, well.
overnight. And I thought, okay, I hate this feeling. I need to learn how to grow my business online. So spent the next 11 months and close to $48,000 trying to figure this out by myself. And I just couldn't. Un- until one day, I literally just downloaded LinkedIn and I was scrolling and I saw this one guy's post and I said, "Oh, I like this guy's post. Let's read a little bit more." Next day, he was building a sales team. So I said, "Hey, look, if you're building a sales team, just don't make these mistakes. I would hate for you to lose all like on money on and make these mistakes." So, long story short, I was then consulting for his business. But the cool thing that happened, the biggest ROI that I got like from that whole experience was he was an expert at getting leads through LinkedIn, and I got to learn everything from him
Okay.
and then also apply my systems, my methods, and my sales experience. And then we created like a 3DM framework. So all you needed to do is learn 3DMs, and then you can book like minimum 5 to 10 meetings per week by yourself. You don't even need us to do it. We just help the businesses that are just too busy to do it themselves.
Yep. And according to your website, they can help you get dates as well.
Literally. So literally, one day my friend and I we were just talking, and he was like, "I'm struggling to get like dates on Bumble." I said, "Just show me your phone. Let me see what you're texting." And I was like, "Okay, just do this, this, and this." Three messages, and he got dates as well. Same philosophy.
Interesting. You can close anywhere then.
It
So
works.
what what did you not know that you could reach out to people on LinkedIn initially when you went through that approach? Or was it he had some sort of like unique way to contact people? Because you just reached out to him without realizing you're making a connection. But yeah,
Hmm.
the consulting was like a lucky follow on, I guess.
Exactly. So it was, I think for most people who are just in the day to day, it's, you don't know what you don't know. And I just didn't know this world existed. My entire 8 year career was built off of people just like working with me. We got them great results. So I just got referrals off of referrals. Never had to even go online once. And but when COVID hit, the whole world shifted. So I just decided, okay, I just need to learn how to do this online, and I went through webinars and all of those kind of things. Nothing clicked until I just I like LinkedIn as well. It's just a lot more cleaner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how there's just those one like little moments where the gears just line up correctly and you understand now you've got complete clarity on something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm curious, like, how did you guys start your software development
So
then,
our
in that
business, it
case?
started when we were in uni. So in my final year of uni, I was tutoring in a computer science. I was doing a computer science games programming degree. So I was tutoring one of the second year subjects. I started the business. I had a part time job at Coles. Was doing my honors. So that's what happened in that final year. Someone had the idea to connect a few of us together to start the business. Two of us remained from that, the two that were driving it from the beginning. And that's what we've done. We're a team of 6 in Australia now and almost over 40 in Nepal. So,
Nice.
and before COVID is when we started the offshore team. So we had one guy there in early 2020. So it's been some big growth over the last few years and just trying to refine and make that process work. But again, constant learnings over the time. And then I've had those moments like you had where I've just seen something or I've read something and it's automatically clicked. So I didn't like making content. I've probably told this story 50 times on this podcast. I didn't like filming videos because I didn't like the sound of my voice. And then on when it's being recorded, which most people don't, but then I don't know where I heard it, someone said, "You're the only one who cares and no one's going to notice." Next day I filmed 5 videos. Like it was just like that. There's little moments where things just, you get clarity and you go, okay, I can go with that.
Exactly. It's like something clicks and it all comes together. Like all the effort that you've been putting in for years and years just starts working. And
Yeah.
that's the exciting time. And then right now we're doubling down and just going crazy on, I think we're adding close to 5 to 10 clients a week, a
Wow.
month, sorry. Which is good. Like we can handle that much
Yep.
and putting more systems in place. But it's so cool that you guys started off in uni. Like,
Yeah, it's been 17 years now, so it's almost another lifetime ago.
my God. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be going into half my life is this business soon.
Fair enough. Wow. So
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, like, because after what's the big shift that you've seen when it comes to, because my whole focus is client acquisition. I'm always
Yep.
curious, what's the big shift that you've seen in terms of client acquisition in the last few years? Because I think there's been a big shift.
Well, from what I've seen over the years, we've been a referral and network business the entire time.
Hmm.
So up until March this year, which is when we had our 17th year, is when we started actually advertising our services for our core business. So up until then, it's 100% referral. We had one random client approach us because they saw our name in the same co-working space that they were in. Like, all right, I'll reach out. We're no longer there, but happy the listing was still there for that one. But it's all referral, so doing good work, having good clients, they refer. The difference I've seen, we probably missed what everyone would call like the gold rush of what like the Facebook meta ads was 10 years ago.
Hmm.
But in saying that, we started that now, and I've spent 6 months trying to understand how to run marketing, how to run ads, what to do, how to set up campaigns, and we're seeing results now. So it's starting to come through. We're getting a couple inquiries a week from that.
Nice.
So
Okay.
we're now starting to branch out of the network thing. But the big changes has been probably you run ads. Social media means just pushing content out so you stay top of mind.
Hmm.
Gary Vee's probably been a big thing that a lot of people have probably been listening to. Probably, I wouldn't say maybe as much in the last couple of years, but before he started pushing like the NFC stuff and all that sort of thing was, all right,
Yeah.
jab, jab, hook. Push things out, the $2 strategy, send just comment on things and get seen, or just make sure you put comment out, do a
Hmm.
big piece of anchor content like this podcast, cut that up into clips, and that's how you can at least get content going without having to get your head done in every single day,
Yeah.
trying to make something new, which is difficult. But then it's going, all right, now short form video is dominating everything. So it's short form video ads, TikTok, Reels, Shorts, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
They're on LinkedIn, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're everywhere now. So it's shifted from text-based things, images with something to just get your attention, to then just some videos now. That's the shift that I've seen.
Interesting. I think um I get the feeling you're so it's so true because I think the trust has gone down in strangers way too much. Like we get I get this all the time that hey, so when so long story short, I think we interviewed 162 consulting businesses just to kind of get a bit of understanding what's going on in the consulting businesses. We were building a white paper,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out that consultants, on an average, every week get like 50 messages from someone trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
And so, like, how do you stand out in a crowded market? The only way is that if you have content that can build trust for you, or if you get an opportunity to build trust really quickly, like this podcast. Like, that's
Yeah.
one thing that we actually even do as well. It builds trust really quickly. You get to know the person. It helps me feel significant. So obviously I'm gonna say yes. Oh yes,
Yeah.
I get to go on a podcast. Like, who wouldn't say yes?
Yeah, a lot of people like to talk about themselves and promote themselves, and because we do, it's a business podcast. I'm not trying to run a news one or political thing or anything like that. It gives me a moment to meet someone great like yourself.
Yeah.
Networking tool gives you content as well, so you're not wasting 45 minutes of your day that what we allocate. You'll get content out of this. You've got a connection. You've got some referrals, and maybe who knows what can come out of this after the fact.
Exactly. Like, one of my favorite clients right now was a friend I helped 10 months ago, and no, 11 months ago now. And at that time, he was just starting out, and I just helped him out. And it was just one of like these interactions that kind of, but now he's like one of my favorite clients. He brings on more deals. We get him the best results. So you never know like who you're going to meet. And I think everyone, even though the space seems crowded, it's not really. Like, you can still have your own podcast. I would highly suggest everyone who likes talking to people to at least have a podcast.
Yeah. Well, I think it's 99% of podcasts don't go past like episode 2 or 3 or something is like that
Yeah.
is the industry stat. We released our 250th episode yesterday. So
Sure.
having consistency and just keep going is the key. But yeah, it's even if we get 3 listeners, if one of them gets something out of an episode, I'm happy because there's a goal there. All right, we've helped someone else, but then we've made a new connection as well.
Exactly. And so, like, I'm curious, has there been one or two things that you've seen from running the podcast that has helped you? And I'm just going to be brutally honest here, like, in the sense of converting people into sales.
Yeah, we've had direct clients come from podcast episodes before.
Like, is there anything that you've seen that you guys do differently?
I think we do a lot differently, but that's probably every consultant in our space says the same thing. Well, I played like a reverse Uno card on you, and I messaged you through LinkedIn, and I got you on the podcast. So something's worked there. I got
Yeah.
some cut through. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but that's how we find our guests. For anyone that's listening, is we send messages on LinkedIn to people, their accounts that seem interested. I'm not a connection. I was not a connection to Marriage before this.
Yeah.
I'm probably still not a connection because I haven't done the connection button. I just send cold outreach messages and asking people if they jump on the podcast. But I'm not sure what else sort of like the biggest realization was the networking. So we can meet good people this way. It saves you time because you don't have to go and travel somewhere, which is an added benefit because no one has
Yeah.
time these days. So if I asked you to go out and meet for a coffee, you've got to put 2-3 hours away now. This is
Yeah.
short thing. It's not that big an interruption. We have a good deep conversation. You understand sort of the other person's perspective. But I think the biggest one was, yeah, it's the networking thing. It's the ability to have all these people. We just wanted to share people's stories. Didn't realize that we'll grow a network and make these connections that we've had.
Absolutely. So, I mean, because for me, I think one of the coolest guests that I've had was an angel investor. Like, this guy, genius when it comes to making money. Every single time that I've talked to him, he's probably added close to $500,000 to his business. Like, every 6 months, he just adds a crazy amount of money to his business, and he started from like zero, like recently. So I get the feeling it also gives me a lot of education on what other people are doing right. So, and one thing I learned from you is like the system that you have of communicating your message. I think even if people just look at your system of how you introduce yourself, how you have the website already laid out, here's how to prepare yourself. That was a great thing that I learned from. So,
Okay.
thank you for that.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna say,
Yeah, we try. I'm very like process or system driven, so I'm good at setting up things. So I can set up a process and say, all right, someone didn't know what to do this week on the podcast. Okay, let's make a page and explain how to set up there, how to get yourself ready for filming. Okay, then what's the next thing? Oh, I'm sending ad hoc emails after the podcast saying thanks. You'll get an
yeah.
automated email now saying thanks for recording. Here's a form. Go and put all your show notes in instead of me having to remember. Or when the team's editing, where's their details? Then go and chase it up. So I'm good at once we find a problem, fixing that and making it a process, so then it's repeatable, and then no one has to remember it.
No, that's genius. I genuinely love this entire process of you. But Yeah, I think it was very smooth, very easy to kind of understand what's going on.
That's good to hear. So maybe diving back into into your like your 3DM process, you called it. What's some of the things, or what's the methodology there that you've got that you're happy to share with everyone?
It's super simple. Literally, all you need to do is understand that the first message is going to be the one that sets the tone. So, the thing that you just want to stay away from is sending a long message because I don't know about most people who are listening to this. For me, at least, when I see a long message on LinkedIn, I just kind of just swipe and just get off of the platform altogether because you know it's a sales message. You know someone's trying to sell you something. But if you see, hey, like for example, hey Anthony, good to connect. Are you guys more focused on software development for high enterprise clients or small businesses? And that becomes like your an easy question to go into the conversation with.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than sending a pitch in the first message, if you can look at the person's profile and ask one genuine question, and the framework that we follow is a this or that question. Are you doing this or that?
Okay.
Hey, looking at your website, I was a little confused. Are you doing this or that? Are you focused on these kind of clients or are you focused on these kind of clients? It opens the conversation. And the second message, that's all you need for the first message. You're just going to look at the person's profile, ask a question, this or that. Second message is, hey, acknowledging whatever they said,
Mm-hmm.
complimenting them, or maybe relating to them. Oh, I like what you did there. Or saying, oh, we do something similar, relating to them. And the third part of the second message is just asking one more question about whatever they said.
Okay.
Once you've done those two, we get a massive open rate and we get chunky answers to those first two questions. So once the person is shown that they're interested in answering, they're excited to talk to you, you can ask anything after that. So there's
Their guards
literally,
down.
yeah, they've got their guards down. You're a genuine human being. You literally a few days ago, I reached out to a person like this. That person made a post on their profile. Hey, this is how LinkedIn outreach is supposed to be done.
Okay.
And I didn't ask for it. Like the guy
Yep.
just was, he liked the system so much. And then the third ask message, this is the thing most people are curious about. Like, how do we ask for something? You could either give something for free and say, hey, we did this something, we helped a client just like you get these results. Would you like me to show you how? That's one way. Second way is you could make a white paper. Hey, we're interviewing some people just like you for a white paper around a topic that you would like. And we've interviewed big companies like this. Would you like to come on the white paper? Would you like to be interviewed for the white paper? And most people like that because they get to learn industry secrets, they get to see the other person's perspective, so they're open to that. Or the last thing, the third option is a podcast. Hey, we're interviewing people just like you for this podcast that we have, and in return you'll get to use the content for your own LinkedIn, whatever. So as long as the ask is like in a way that makes the other person something, it gives the other person some kind of value, it would work. And I think we have a 4% conversion rate from just connections sent. So not even if they've accepted, if we're sending 200 connections a week, we will book 8 to 10 meetings a week.
Okay.
It's just a numbers game after that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just how many can you send before
Yeah.
LinkedIn blocks you?
So if you send 40 connections a day, that's 200 a week,
Yep.
5 days. That's all you need to do.
Yep.
And it takes like 2 hours.
So based on that, my our LinkedIn or our guest strategy is a bit different then, because I sent you a one giant message asking you straight away to be on the podcast,
Yeah,
and
so I'm
we
curious, like, what
get
was the conversion rate? Yeah.
ours is about 10%. So 10% of people we message say yes, I'll
Hmm.
jump on the podcast, but we're not selling anything, so it's very different.
Hmm. Exactly. So it depends. We're really helping marketing agencies,
Yeah.
and marketing and sales have the toughest time because you already know that they're trying to sell something.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to. Are you interested in donating some of your time to have a chat?
no, I liked your approach, but I'm guessing with the cold outreach, was it through InMail or were you like putting some ads behind it or
That's all
something?
direct messaging. So I would have just seen your account, gone through and go, All right, you look like an interesting person. Let's see if you're happy to jump on the and have a discussion. And here you are.
And is that the method that you used from the beginning?
Yeah, that's all we've ever done. And then we ask
Nice.
people for guests. That's the other option. So referrals.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So do you have anyone you think would be interested in jumping on the podcast and having a chat?
Yeah.
And then we've had, yeah, like I said, 250 episodes. I don't think we've spoken to so many different industries. I don't even know how many different industries and people. Out of those 250, we've had a couple double or triple episodes. So maybe it's 230 people we've spoken
Hmm.
to, you could say.
Yeah, fair enough. My only thing is like when we're trying to, so for me at least, what I want to do is make sure that every lead kind of gets treated like a human being. The reason is it builds long-term trust because then we can follow up with people, then we can
Yep.
actually build a relationship. For example, we're also selling LinkedIn DMs. So we want the other person to feel that, okay, this was actually decent. This was actually
Yep.
fun to actually go through. So that the whole process just makes it a lot more easier to book meetings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's key for everyone. So I think there's a lot of people who use LinkedIn but don't know how to get business off it, especially if you're an employee and unless you're in sales, it's very different. You don't use LinkedIn for that purpose. You may
Yeah.
use it for just keeping up with industry news, making connections. So then if you do want to make that horizontal leap to another company, you've got connections and you've got some activity happening. But when you
Yeah.
run a business, it's your potential sales tool. So it's a very
Yeah.
different focus there.
And I think for more than mastering how to make videos or how to make content, I get the feeling if you just figure out how to just cold approach people in the beginning, it's so much faster. You don't have to learn a lot. You just need, you can just do it from your phone wherever you're sitting. Like
Yep.
most of the time, I just when I'm outside on the in the gym, I'm just texting a few people. I get a few meetings booked by the time I'm home, so it's
Yep.
just easy.
Yes, sales it's a difficult thing for people. So we've learned over time how to talk about what we do and the value we add and how
Hmm.
we can like repeat our message to make it something we don't have to think about when you're talking about it.
Hmm.
But yeah, in-person sales is it's not an easy thing, and especially a lot of small businesses that start, or a lot of people that we talk to, they don't start a small business like you had some experience and decided to go out on your own.
Hmm.
But you were in the sales space. A lot of people are either experts in the domain, they've been in the business for a long time. They're like, all right, I can do this and consult to a lot of other people and help a lot
Hmm.
more people because the company I'm in, they're taking too long to make decisions. They're not listening or whatever, like the situation may be. But they've never been exposed to the sales side or the marketing side. So they
Hmm.
don't know how to approach things or how to try and pitch to people generally.
And in that regard, my advice is very simple. Just understand that you don't want to be direct. Like you can be. It works for some personalities, but for most of the people that I meet, they don't want to be like those kind of hardcore salespeople. So for them, the advice is, hey, try to sell off the back end. Like focus on giving, give 95% of the way. And in the last 5 minutes, like at the end of the entire call, all you need to do is to say, oh, by the way, I heard you mentioned this problem. I helped another person fix this. If you want, I could show you how to do it and you can do it yourself. Maybe we can talk another time. And basically, you're moving them to the next call where you can just show them the value. And in most people's situation, even if you show them the entire roadmap, they can't do it themselves. So they
Yep.
will need your help. It's just a matter of phrasing it in a way that, hey, I can help you out. Try to do it yourself. And obviously, in the next call, you're gonna like me. You're gonna trust me. You're gonna want to buy from me.
Yeah, people don't have time to do it all. There's always what is it, done for you, done with you, done by yourself
Yeah,
model. A small
exactly.
percentage of people will go and do it themselves, and everyone else will need the assistance because they don't have time. They don't either want to learn that skill potentially, so they'll need someone to help them with it and get it set up. Depends on who you're dealing with, but there's an opportunity there for everyone in each of those three segments.
And that's why, like, just getting the opportunity to be in front of your ideal clients is, for a small business, is almost like everything. Like, if you can get in front of enough people, you will sell your offer. Most people are good at what they're doing if they're
Yep.
starting a business. Most, like, I mean, actually, not most, actually, it's just a numbers game, but
It's really once you know what you're doing, if you know your stuff, you can talk about it and people understand. If you're passionate about it, it comes through in the way you describe it.
exactly.
Yep.
But I'm interested. I think at the feeling there's going to be a lot of people who need your software development stuff as well because uh, and the cool thing about the internet right now is you have access to so many better like qualified people. Like even in Nepal, you've got that big team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're like killers. Like they're great at what they
Yeah,
do, right?
great people. We try and find the best people to work because then they will get the best results.
Exactly. Same thing. We've got a big team in Pakistan,
Yep.
close to 35-ish right now. And it's the same kind of vibe that we get to choose the best of the best
Yeah.
and get to make a little bit of profit on that as well. And they
So
win as well.
having the team like that, are you sending DMs directly or using like an automation? I don't know if you want to share your
No,
process or if you've got secrets there or secret sauce or whatever it may be. I'm not sure.
no, we hire people and we train them for 3 weeks
Yep.
before they start doing everything by themselves. And then, because even with any automation right now, it doesn't like I the thing is I am doing the podcast thing, so that's why I was curious and I was like, okay, I want to be a part of this. So for me it was more out of curiosity. But for most people who are doing like enterprise deals, it even though ChatGPT can kind of get there, it still lacks a little bit of that human touch. So we get people to come into your profile
Hmm.
and then message on your behalf,
Yep.
and it's super personalized, super tailored.
Okay.
So yeah,
So that's what
yeah,
makes the difference then. It's not a generic automated message with maybe ChatGPT saying this person's name and substituting some things. It's
no,
someone's actually understands the client that you're working with and then goes and looks at the profile and makes it like you would be sending the message.
exactly. So we every single person that we connect with is your like ideal client.
Yep.
Every person that you get a meeting with is the right specific fit. Um, all every single message is tailored to the person that you're talking to. It might have been we're gonna reference their content, their website, their history, something to make it personalized.
Yep.
And no automation tool up till now has been able to do that. When it does, maybe I'll just shift, but until
Yes, it's
then,
something
we're
to
good.
keep an eye on because the AI stuff is improving. Have you seen any other sort of shift in like responses from people since the AI has become a big thing? Do you get like people asking you, is this an AI message or anything like that, and they're cautious?
No, we just get I love that message. That's a great outreach. We just get those kind of messages, and I'm not
Okay.
even up till now. Literally, no one's ever questioned us that if we're AI because it is so personalized.
Yep.
So
So
and I
it's
think
clearly not, and there's no way it can be. Yeah.
you cannot do what the AI can't do this right now. But I think with AI and all the automations and all the kind of content coming out right now, trust is getting lowered and lowered every single day. So I think the personalization aspect is going to be more and more important. So I think I'm bullish on that idea
Yep.
that the more human, the more personal that you can be, the better.
Yep. And that's what you need. It's all human connection.
Literally, I get this because we talk to so many people every single week. Everyone says that they get pitched left, right, and center every single week. It does not matter what kind of industry you're in, they're getting pitched by
Yep.
100 different people. So the only way to really stand out is if you're genuine.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how many messages I get asking me for outsourcing development every single day, and I don't even read the messages. I just see the first few sent words in the thread, and look, not interested.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Like
Yeah,
like if they're not, I think the thing is also that if you're not putting that much time and effort in the first interaction, you're most likely a copy paste business anyway.
yeah,
So selling high end stuff where you need to build trust, you might as well do it the right way. Put a little bit more
of course.
effort in, but get way better results.
Yeah, try and build an actual connection and rapport with the person you're working with, not just throw a net out and see how many things you can catch.
Exactly.
Yeah, take the
So
time and get better quality.
even with the podcast, even with the white paper, or even with the kind of help, we just make sure that every single meeting that we take or our clients take is with their ideal like
Yeah,
person that they want to sell to, not everyone. So that makes it a lot more it saves them a lot more time.
yep. And like our messages to get guests on the podcast, I don't have an automation. I will sit there when I can't do my work anymore because I'm like fried. I'm like, all right, this is a good time to go and look for people to have on the podcast. And then I'll sit there and I'll go through and look at searches and open up 20 different profiles and go, I could talk to you. I don't think you would fit, or you're don't write. So I actually curate who I want to talk to. It's not
And
just a blanket message to 1,000 people.
exactly, and that's the thing. I think it worked well because it did still feel that you were targeting. And I looked at the kind of guests that you had. So everyone does this. Everyone today will go through your website. Everyone will check you out. Everyone is gonna see if you can actually are you actually good.
Yep.
So I saw your entire website. I was like, okay, this guy seems interesting. And only then do you actually go for the next step.
Yep.
Most people can't pull that off in the beginning.
Yeah, it takes time. It's taken us time. It's been, said 6 years now. So it was end of 2019 we started. That we've been building a process, but that comes from having a business where you have to build processes to be able to automate and scale. And you'd have processes as well because you can't run a team of 35 people without a process. It's
And
impossible.
I think I love this book. If anyone's really trying to build up any kind of process right now, Buy Back Your Time was a great book to kind of understand how you could systematize any task that you're doing in the business.
Okay.
So so for us, at least for me, if I'm doing a task repetitively, I'll just first I need to have the self-awareness to understand this is a task just need to automate or give to someone else. But then just recording myself doing the entire task, talking through it, making one video recording and putting it in our SOP file.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever someone needs to do the same thing again, they can just grab the file or we can send them the
Watch
link.
it.
Here's how to do it.
Yep. And it's key. It's sharing information and recording steps. That's the process way.
Yeah.
So what's the future look like for your business and where you're looking to go?
That's a good question. I get the feeling. So the thing is, for a few businesses, we're doing a lot more just than LinkedIn. We're doing cold emails, we're doing content, we're writing content for them, we're editing their content. So, so the whole, at this point, we've done so much that we're now going towards becoming a proper CRO for businesses over 3 million.
Yep.
So the goal is that, because I think I will still stand true to this. Outreach is the fastest way to get results. Once you get results, once you know money is coming in, then it makes sense to put in time and effort into content, SEO, the branding, and all those other marketing stuff. And then after you've got your branding and everything right, then it makes sense to put money into ads. So we've done the entire process for ourselves and other businesses. So now we're going to offer that to businesses over 3 millions as well. So we're going to branch out of just LinkedIn and offer the entire system, because we kind of have systems and processes for everything already, but we're just not taking the leap because it's so easy to sell it for LinkedIn outreach for us at
Yeah.
this point.
Oh, that's it's a product that works, and then having you seeing that growth and being able to reach out is a good sign, because that means you're doing well, you're delivering results. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that.
Yeah, and we basically just started like a year-ish ago. So in that year, I think every business has grown at least 3 to 4 times.
Yep, amazing,
Some businesses have grown to over 100K per month.
yep,
So it's
and
just
that's amazing.
so I'm really grateful that I got to work with good people who accepted what I was doing when I didn't have results.
Yep,
And now that we do, it's so much easier.
yeah, of course, and that's always a good thing, is having good people to work with.
What about you? Like, what's your goal with the business right now?
So we're growing the business. We're playing a lot in the AI space, so working with agents and things like that into our own products. So the goal is to try and launch the new version of our DevReady AI platform that's got a bit more automation built in and some more smarts with AI agents and things like that. Won't talk about it too much yet because it's a bit under wraps until we get it ready to go, but we're not far off.
Okay, I'm curious about that, but okay, we'll talk about that
Not a
later.
problem. If anyone wants to reach out and find out more about you, how can they do that, Marij?
Obviously, LinkedIn is the easiest. My first last name, Marish Qureshi, and otherwise you can just check us out on simplifysalesandmarketing.com.
Yep, awesome. Well, thanks for joining me on the podcast today. It's been a great chat, and it's gone a bit all over the place, but it was good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I've got a little bit of an ADD brain.
Not a problem. Thanks, everyone. Bye.